Imagine a tribe of Native Americans who could survive in the harsh, arid deserts of the American West, thriving on the land for thousands of years. Meet the Paiute, a resilient and adaptable people whose story is as captivating as the landscapes they call home. Welcome to our exploration through the history and culture of the Paiute Native Americans, a people with a profound connection to the land and a story that echoes through the Great Basin of North America. From the rugged Sierra Nevada mountains to the vast, sun-baked deserts, the Paiute have developed a deep, symbiotic relationship with their environment, crafting a way of life that is both fascinating and inspiring. Despite being collectively known as Paiute, they comprise three linguistically distinct groups: Northern Paiute, Southern Paiute, and Mono, each with its own unique dialect. The Paiute traditionally inhabited the Great Basin, a vast and arid region that required ingenuity and deep knowledge of the environment to thrive. They inhabited the region for over 1,000 years. As the climate shifted and resources became scarce, the Paiute adapted by migrating across the vast landscapes, following the seasonal patterns of plants and animals. The Indian Removal Act was established in 1830, leading to the forced relocation of many Native American tribes. From 1881 to 1888, Paiute Indians were forced to move to reservations at Malheur River in Oregon and at Fort McDermott and Pyramid Lake in Nevada. The Dawes Act in 1887 led to the breakup of large Indian reservations and the sale of Indian lands to new settlers. From 1853 to 1854, the Walker War erupted over disputes among Native American tribes, particularly the Utes, regarding slavery. Chief Wakara led the Utes in Utah in a series of raids on Mormon settlements. The conflict disrupted the fragile peace between settlers and indigenous peoples, leading to violence and loss of life. In the Coeur d'Alene War from 1858 to 1859, the Northern Paiute stand shoulder to shoulder with the Coeur d'Alene tribe. Together, they resist the relentless tide of settlers encroaching on their ancestral lands. The clash of cultures intensifies as the ancient traditions of the tribes defend against the unstoppable march of progress. The Snake War during 1864 to 1868, the U.S. Army faces off against the Snake Indians, a term encompassing Northern Paiute, Bannock, and Western Shoshone tribes. These tribes inhabit the Snake River region, spanning Oregon, Nevada, California, and Idaho. The Snake Indians fight to protect their homelands. The cries of wounded men echo, and the land itself bears witness to the struggle. The Snake Indians fight not only for their survival, but for the very essence of their existence. These wars are chapters in the Paiute tribe's resilience, a fight to preserve their culture, lands, and identity against overwhelming odds. Their stories deserve to be told, remembered, and honored. The Paiute prophet Wovoka was the originator of the ghost dance, a movement that spread across Native American tribes as a symbol of hope and resistance. Wovoka had a vision during a solar eclipse in 1889, in which he claimed God instructed him to share the ghost dance as a way for Native Americans to reunite with the spirits of the dead and restore their traditional way of life. The Paiute language belongs to the Numic branch of the Ci-Te-Cah family, a linguistic connection that spans across several tribes in the Great Basin. The Kimahuavi, part of the Southern Paiute, adapted to the harsh conditions of the Mojave Desert, showcasing the Paiute's versatility. The Northern Paiute were closely related to the Bannock tribe, sharing territories and cultural practices in the American Northwest. The Paiute were master foragers, relying on a diverse array of plants, seeds, and small game to sustain themselves in the harsh desert environment. They developed intricate knowledge of the land, using techniques like seed gathering and root digging to extract nourishment from the seemingly barren landscape. The Paiute society was organized around extended family groups, with a strong emphasis on cooperation and shared responsibilities. Both men and women play vital roles in the community's survival and well-being. They had extensive trade networks with neighboring tribes, exchanging goods and resources to meet their needs. These interactions fostered cultural exchange and helped the Paiute maintain connections with their broader indigenous community. The Paiute had a deep spiritual connection to the natural world, with a rich mythology and belief system that centered around the reverence of the land, animals, and the supernatural. Their shamans and spiritual leaders played a crucial role in guiding the community and maintaining the balance of the natural order. The Paiute faced significant challenges with the influx of prospectors and settlers in the 19th century, leading to conflicts and loss of their lands, and the devastating impact of disease. Yet they have remained resilient, adapting and preserving their cultural traditions in the face of adversity. Today, they continue to maintain a strong cultural identity, with many living on reservations or in urban areas. They face ongoing challenges, such as economic development, environmental preservation, and the preservation of their language and traditions. The Paiute Native Americans are a testament to the resilience and diversity of indigenous cultures, with a history that is both touching and inspiring. The legend of the Stone Mother nestled within the high desert landscape lies a figure steeped in the rich cultural heritage of the Paiute tribe. The Stone Mother, a poignant symbol of love and loss, watches over Pyramid Lake with a basket by her side. Legend has it that her ceaseless tears for her exiled children filled the basin, creating the lake, and over time she turned to stone. But the wonders of Pyramid Lake don't end with its legends. The lake is named for its remarkable tufa formations, which rise from the water like ancient pyramids. These natural structures, made of calcium carbonate, are remnants of the lake's geological past and a testament to the enduring forces of nature. Imagine a cave where whispers of the past come alive. This isn't just any cave, this is Lovelock Cave, a place shrouded in mystery and legend. The Lovelock Cave, located in Nevada, is a site of great archaeological significance. According to archaeologists, humans started using Lovelock Cave around 1500 BC, which is approximately 3,500 years ago. The Paiute Shoshone people were the primary inhabitants of Lovelock Cave, using it as a seasonal shelter and a place to store their food and other resources. In 1886, a mining engineer named John T. Reed happened to hear the legend of giants from a group of Paiutes while prospecting near Lovelock. The indigenous people told him that the legend of the red-haired giants was real, and the cave was located nearby. When he saw the cave for himself, Reed knew he was onto something fascinating. Reed was unable to begin digging, but news spread and soon, Lovelock Cave was attracting attention. Unfortunately, the attention was profit-driven as guano deposits were found inside. Miners David Pugh and James Hart began excavating the precious resource in 1911 and shipped more than 250 tons to a fertilizer company in San Francisco. Some artifacts that might have been discovered were probably neglected or lost. After the surface layer of guano had been mined, strange objects started to surface. And what they found was far more valuable than guano. This led to an official excavation being performed in 1912 by the University of California, and another one took place in 1924. A wealth of artifacts and remains that seem to lend credence to the Paiute legends. The Paiute Shoshone were renowned for their exceptional basket weaving skills, and Lovelock Cave has yielded an impressive collection of these intricate and beautifully crafted artifacts. The baskets found in the cave range from simple storage containers to elaborate ceremonial pieces. In addition to the baskets, the cave has also provided a wealth of textiles and clothing items, and even a child's cradle. The Paiute Shoshone were skilled hunters and gatherers, and the cave has provided a diverse array of tools and implements used for these activities, including spear points, atlatls throwing sticks, and grinding stones. Among the most significant of the artifacts was a storage pit containing a tool mat on which 11 beautifully crafted canvasback duck decoys, along with bunches of feathers tied with tool string, and several bundles of snares. The decoys turned out to be an important discovery, as they were later carbon dated and found to be more than 2,000 years old, making them the oldest decoys of their kind ever uncovered. These artifacts are significant as they represent one of the most extensive collections of prehistoric wetland hunting equipment in the world. Lovelock Cave is also home to a remarkable collection of rock art, including petroglyphs and pictographs. These enigmatic symbols and images offer tantalizing clues about the spiritual beliefs and cultural practices of the Paiute Shoshone people. One of the most fascinating aspects of Lovelock Cave is the discovery of several well-preserved mummified remains, with one female measuring over 6 feet tall and a male over 8 feet tall. Along with the mummies, other artifacts were found, including 15-inch long sandals. A common trait between these mummified giant remains and the ones discovered as far south as Lake Titicaca is the presence of red hair. The story of red-haired cannibalistic barbarians was written down in 1882 by Sarah Winnemucca Hopkins, daughter of a Paiute Indian chief, in her book called Life Among the Paiutes, Their Wrongs and Claims. She states the following in her memoirs, quote, "My people say that the tribe we exterminated had reddish hair. I have some of their hair, which has been handed down from father to son. I have a dress which has been in our family a great many years, trimmed with this reddish hair. I am going to wear it some time when I lecture. It is called a mourning dress, and no one has such a dress but my family." End quote. Legends often have roots in reality. A piece of evidence that remains on site until this day is a giant handprint embedded on a boulder inside Lovelock Cave. The Ci-Te-Cah, or the red-haired barbarians, stand tall in the oral traditions of the Paiute tribe. Did you know that the name Ci-Te-Cah literally translates to tool eaters? According to Paiute legend, these barbarians feasted on the fibrous water plant, tool, which was abundant in their marshy homeland. The Ci-Te-Cah used the fibrous tool plant to weave rafts in order to escape attacks by the Paiute. Can you picture a giant barbarian with fiery red hair towering above you, munching on tool? Surprisingly, the Ci-Te-Cah were said to practice cannibalism, which eventually led to their downfall. The Paiute ancestors waged a relentless war against the Ci-Te-Cah to protect their people. Intriguingly, some anthropologists suggest that the Ci-Te-Cah myths could be rooted in real encounters with a group of red-haired, cannibalistic outsiders who clashed with the Paiute. The oral traditions describe the Ci-Te-Cah as fierce warriors, towering over men and possessing incredible strength, which made them formidable opponents. Imagine meeting a real-life giant from these legends. What would you do? Share your thoughts. The Paiute legend states that the Ci-Te-Cah lived near and along the Humboldt River. They would dig large holes in the trails, and if any of the Paiute traveled at night, which they often did out of fear of the Ci-Te-Cah, they would frequently fall into these holes. The Ci-Te-Cah would even dig up the Paiutes' dead after they were buried and carry them off to eat them. There was about 2,600 of the Ci-Te-Cah, and they would attack the Paiute frequently. When the Ci-Te-Cah were fighting, they would jump up in the air to catch the arrows that flew over their heads and shoot those same arrows back. The Paiute took some of them into their families, but they couldn't make them change their barbarous ways. This war lasted a long time, about 3 years. After years of conflict between the Paiutes and the Ci-Te-Cah, the various tribes in the area eventually joined together to rid themselves of the barbarian giant threat. In a final confrontation, the Paiutes and their allies chased the last remaining Ci-Te-Cah into Lovelock Cave. The Paiute asked them if they could be like normal humans and not eat people like coyotes or beasts. Although they spoke the same language, they would not give up their monstrous behavior. The Paiute demanded the Ci-Te-Cah come out and fight, but they refused. The Paiute piled wood at the cave's entrance and set it on fire, effectively smoking out the Ci-Te-Cah. As the Ci-Te-Cah attempted to escape, they were met with a barrage of arrows and other weapons, leading to their demise. Over time, the entrance to the cave collapsed, sealing it off and leaving it inhabited only by bats. This is how the Paiutes claim they were able to eliminate the threat of the red-haired, cannibalistic Ci-Te-Cah. Take a moment to think, if you discovered a cave with evidence of giants, would you be excited or terrified? Adding to the mystery, according to a 1931 article published in the Nevada Review Minor, 2 giant skeletons had been found buried in a dry lake bed close to Lovelock Cave. The oversized remains measured 8 feet in height and were mummified in a manner similar to the one employed by ancient Egyptians. Interestingly, the Ci-Te-Cah are not unique to Paiute mythology. Similar stories of giants are found among other Native American tribes, each with their own uniqueness. As weird as it may sound, this legend repeats itself all over the Americas, suggesting it might be an incomplete chronicle of a real event that happened long ago. In Crónicas del Perú, 16th-century Spanish conquistador named Pedro Cieza de Leon recorded an ancient Peruvian tale about the origin of the South American giants. According to legend, they arrived by sea in rafts made of reeds, each the size of a large boat. Some of the men were so tall that from the knee down, they were as big as an ordinary fair-sized man's entire length. Could the giants of Peru and the Ci-Te-Cah have been survivors of a massive cataclysm who took refuge on the American continent? Remarkably, the Ci-Te-Cah legends have parallels in other cultures worldwide, suggesting a universal human fascination with the concept of giants. Giants across cultures. Isn't it fascinating how different people have similar legends? Why do you think that is? Some researchers have proposed that the Ci-Te-Cah may have been genetically related to other ancient populations, such as the Caucasian mummies found in China's Tarim Basin or the Ainu people of Japan, who also have a reputation for being tall and red-haired. These potential connections have added to the intrigue surrounding the Ci-Te-Kah's origins. The Paiute elders passed down these stories through generations, ensuring that the memory of the Ci-Te-Cah would live on as a cautionary tale. What stories from your elders have stuck with you? Share a piece of your heritage with us. The Paiute tribe's deep understanding of the natural world and their innovative survival strategies have had a lasting impact on the modern world. Their traditional ecological knowledge has informed sustainable practices in areas like agriculture, resource management, and environmental conservation. Today, the Ci-Te-Cah remain a topic of intrigue among historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts, all seeking to separate fact from folklore. As a seeker of truth, what historical mystery captivates you the most? Join the conversation. The story of the Ci-Te-Cah is a captivating blend of history and myth, offering us a glimpse into the rich tapestry of indigenous oral traditions. Whether these giants truly walked the earth or are simply the manifestations of cultural memory, they continue to fascinate and inspire. The Paiute Native Americans are a remarkable people whose story of resilience, adaptation, and cultural richness is a testament to the enduring spirit of the human experience. From their ancient origins to their contemporary challenges, the Paiute continue to inspire and captivate those who seek to understand the diverse tapestry of indigenous cultures in the American West. If you're intrigued by the legends of the Ci-Te-Cah and want to delve deeper into the mysteries of the past, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Share your thoughts in the comments below and join us on this journey through history's enigmas. Until next time, keep exploring.